Next at 11, did Robin Williams' career make him more susceptible to depression and suicide? What one doctor says.
I think he said his name was...
Whether as an alien in Mork Mindy,
Good morning, Vietnam!
a radio DJ in Good Morning Vietnam,
I'm a hip old granny who could hip-hop, bebop, dance till you drop.
a nanny in Mrs. Doubtfire,
Fussy, fussy, fussy.
or the owner of a drag club. Robin Williams always managed to make us laugh. But behind the laughs was a deep depression that tonight has silenced the comedic genius. Good evening. I'm Pat Harvey.
And I'm Paul Majors. He was one of a kind. Robin Williams, the high-energy comic genius, is dead tonight at the age of 63 from an apparent suicide. We have live team coverage of his tragic death. Let's begin with Serene Branson, live in Hollywood. Serene.
And a steady stream of people have been coming out here tonight. You can look at the big crowd behind me right now. Some fans even becoming a little emotional. We are at Robin Williams' Star on Hollywood Boulevard, right in front of the Hard Rock Cafe. Now you can see flowers, candles, and other mementos that people have left here as fans in Hollywood mourn the loss of one of their greatest. Flowers and messages surround Robin Williams' Star tonight on Hollywood Boulevard. Just before noon today, the Marin County Sheriff's Office got a 911 call from Williams' Tiburon home, reporting the actor had been found unconscious and not breathing. The coroner's office said the cause of death is an apparent suicide by asphyxiation. His publicist said he's been battling depression.
But the idea that comedy can cut across and at the same time talk about some pretty brutally sad things but be really funny.
Last year, while promoting his CBS show The Crazy Ones, he opened up about his personal struggles, including addiction, in a sit-down interview with Pat Harvey.
I've done the research on playing an alcoholic. Having sobriety now, 7 years, they have these things when you're drinking called blackouts. It's not really blackouts, it's like sleepwalking with activities. But it's the idea of, yeah, I'm more focused, I'm present.
The Dairy Queen in Lindstrom, Minnesota posted this Facebook photo with the actor in June. His publicist said the actor was visiting nearby Hazelden Treatment Center. Williams rose to fame in the 70s with his breakout role in Mork Mindy. But roles in films like Good Will Hunting earned him an Oscar and showed his dramatic edge. At the Expendables 3 premiere, Hollywood heavyweights weighed in.
He left a tremendous legacy. He excelled at everything he did. And he was like, we'll miss him.
I knew Robin from the 70s. It's just shocking how fragile life is. It's just really incredibly shocking and tragic. And the pressure this industry puts on people is really hard to comprehend, especially when you're a sensitive artist.
He was generous and kind and funny.
James Dumont worked with Williams in The Butler.
I'm a dad, and anytime a father loses kids, or his kids lose a father, it's hard.
His wife said this morning, I lost my husband and my best friend, while the world lost one of its most beloved artists and beautiful human beings. I'm utterly heartbroken. Co-star Sally Fields said he always lit up when he was able to make people laugh, and he made them laugh his whole life long tirelessly. He was one of a kind. There will not be another. Mork and Mindy co-star Pam Dauber said, I am completely and totally devastated. What more can be said? Williams is survived by his wife and 3 children. Reporting live in Hollywood, Serene Branson, CBS 2 News.
Serene, thank you. Williams' death is especially hard on the comedians he worked with. CBS 2's Brittany Hopper continues our team coverage tonight. She's live at the Laugh Factory in Hollywood. Serene?
And Pat, comedians have been paying tribute here at the Laugh Factory all night long. Fans have actually been coming out here to take pictures of the marquee behind me. We did talk to comedian and fellow friend Paul Rodriguez, who says today is just a devastating day.
I'm confident that he knew that I loved him.
A rare sight to see comedian Paul Rodriguez so emotional as he remembers his dear friend Robin Williams. It was Williams who gave Rodriguez his big break back in 1981.
I was working at the Comedy Store in the parking lot there hoping for open times, and he talked to the owner, Mitzi Shore, and he said, this kid deserves to be on the lineup, and I got on the lineup.
Please say it isn't so. Oprah's going to retire her show.
Williams influenced many comedians, and many in the comedy world took to Twitter to express their shock and sadness. Steve Carell tweeted, Robin Williams made the world a little bit better. R.I.P. Ellen DeGeneres said, "I can't believe the news about Robin Williams. He gave so much to so many people. I'm heartbroken." And Drew Carey said, "Condolences to the whole world. Robin Williams, R.I.P."
I just got needed a comic.
Now, the Laugh Factory actually has psychiatrists on hand 5 nights a week for comedians who are battling depression and or addiction. We are live tonight in Hollywood. Brittany Hopper, CBS 2 News.
Brittany, thank you. President Obama made a point of mentioning Robin Williams' support for our troops. A statement from the White House reads in part, "Robin Williams was an airman, a doctor, a genie, a nanny, a president, a professor, a bangarang Peter Pan, and everything in between. But he was one of a kind. He gave his immeasurable talent freely and generously to those who needed it most, from our troops stationed abroad to the marginalized on our home streets."
What's going on, YouTubers? I'm kind of like a few days late on this, but I wanted to take my time with this story, this tragic event. We actually lost a real great Hollywood star, a real great entertainer, a one-of-a-kind entertainer. Robin Williams will be missed. I like to say R.I.P. But also, look at the body of his work as far as in life in general, with the fundraising. You know what I mean? And then also all of his comic relief efforts, everything he's done. I mean, all the great films, you know, the stand-ups. This guy was a funny dude. He will be missed in Hollywood, definitely. You know. And he was a person, you know. He was human. And when I say that, I mean that just like any other person, he battled addiction. You know what I'm saying? He battled depression. But other than his untimely death, which was by suicide, asphyxiation, you know, they say that he hung himself in a closet with a belt. When they found him, they said that he was unconscious, dead. Other than that sad, tragic part, think about all the great films and laughter, the fun that he left all of us with. You know, I remember as a kid, I remember in 1980, I remember my mom and my dad had took me and my brother, we went to go see Popeye at the drive-in theater. I remember all that. And my brother also brought it up to my recollection, which I totally forgot about, but he was telling me that he remembered when we were kids, and Robin Williams was like one of the first major Hollywood stars that we saw on TV, because I remember my dad had bought us all these Star Wars figurines, and then I remember he bought the Mork Mindy figurines, and we had the little Mork figurine. I remember that as a kid. That was like one of my first action figurines that I've ever had as a kid. Boy, I wish I had that today. You know, saved in plastic. It would be worth something. But and you know, the funny thing about it is, just last fall, I kid you not, I started watching his show, The Crazy Ones. I sure did. I watched like maybe like 6 or 7 episodes, and then I just somehow stopped watching it. But other than that, this entertainer will be missed. And, you know, we have to realize that these actors and entertainers, comedians, they all are people too. And just because we always see them in the limelight and on billboards and in films and everything, and commercials, you know, that has to be extreme pressure for them to deliver each time, in and time out. Well, once again, I'd like to say RIP to Robin Williams. And I'm actually going to go ahead and do some shopping this weekend on eBay and Amazon and collect some of those films that I used to like as a kid, like Popeye and a few others.